people talking about that this is more of a B movie, this is more of a blockbuster movie, this is more of a popcorn movie. It is. It definitely is more than its previous work, but it's still a message movie too, because that's what people are saying. Ain't no social message in this. Yeah, it is. And that I can tell you. So did you know what the message in this is? So I noticed this when I was watching this. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. But I believe the message is spectacle. Do not start, people are so obsessed with looking at big things, putting their phones out, paying attention to things that happen over here, that it's a detriment to society. And I say that message is there because I don't think that heavy message is needed there. I guess it's safe to say that Jordan Peele's last movie didn't exactly meet expectations.
Jason?
Where were you? I didn't know if you were lost.
A movie that is actually remembered more for turning a rap song into a scary theme than the movie itself. I got 5 on it. And since it didn't meet expectations, people are saying, well, you know what, old Jordan, buddy, you got nowhere to go but up. Actually, no one's saying that because nobody said that. Nobody's saying that.
Us was well received.
It was all right. It was all right. It was okay. It was okay. But for the sake of this intro,
okay,
you got nowhere else to go but up, sir.
Okay.
And up he did go right into space almost. You see what I did?
I see.
I had to do it.
You did not.
You know what I was going to do?
There's other options.
I was going to make this work one way or another.
Doctor Strange would show up and go like, no, I saw 14 million different ways you could have done that.
Well, I chose this one right here. And went all the way to space. Now he's doing aliens. He's done sci-fi of some sort through this. Get Out is sci-fi in a way.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that.
Us. You could actually say that's kind of some weird Twilight Zone kind of sci-fi thing going on, but now he's going straight sci-fi with aliens right here, and we're talking about his latest film, which is simply called Nope. And what you got here is you got OJ. OJ, and they make fun of it in the movie. Not
do him like that.
Not Simpson.
Yeah,
but you got OJ right here, played by Jordan Peele's favorite actor. He says Daniel Kaluuya. And he's a horse handler, selling his services and renting his horses to Hollywood for movies and commercials and whatnot. But he falls on hard times when his father dies. Keith David. I think it was a peanut allergy or something. But
see,
every time I reference that, you like, come on, man.
Dude, that's an in joke with him eating peanuts. We did an interview with him a long time ago. I should let it go. But I can't.
I'm sorry. That shit was funny as hell. I'm sorry.
But
it was traumatic.
But he falls on times when old Keith David dies, his dad, and it doesn't help when his sister shows up to try to keep the business going. The thing is, her sister M, who's played by Keke Palmer, has all the charisma in the world. Just don't know when to shut the up. So between the two of them, things ain't really going that well. But when what they think is a UFO shows up around the area, around the ranch, they get the big idea to, some good pics, some nice clean video. If we can get that, then, things might turn around. We might just be on our way. Because as simple as that.
Sure. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. Just something, no one's going to believe this is fake. Not at all. No, please spend all your money at fries. If they are aliens at all. So, everybody's looking at this trailer, and even though the title of the movie is Nope, everyone's hoping for a big yep with this. No one wants to see Jordan Peele do a bad movie. No one wants to see anybody do a bad movie, but especially Jordan Peele, because people say that man can direct.
Yeah, he's the great black hope.
He really is. Does he keep hope alive? Martin, well, let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer for Nope, and we'll be back with a very interesting review.
You'll be getting a call from my supervisor asking how my service was.
5 stars, Angel, 5 stars.
Let me go into this first of all. Let me go in this saying that I want to review this. I want to be clear. I want to review this without comparing it to you know what.
call me Dean and you hug me, my man.
So how long has this been going on, this thing?
Shoot. You know what? When that trailer came out, that was everybody when that scene happened.
Yeah.
Everybody, what the f is that? That's back we thought that this was a joke.
Right.
Turns out that this is one of the greatest movies out there. So besides me bringing it up right now, I don't have to bring this up again. Now, y'all can. You know, Julian's not in here. I'm sure he'll talk about it, and we'll probably bring on Jonathan, my friend Jonathan, who saw it with me, because we had a very interesting discussion about this. Now, y'all can, you know, but I'm not going to do this, you know, because I'm not going to hold Get Out over this man's head for every movie in his career that he brings out.
Right.
I ain't going to do this for the rest of his career, you know. Though, I got to tell you, I don't blame people for doing it. Your punk ass gets for making such a perfect ass movie, bitch. But I love Get Out. I love Get Out to death, and to me, it is a perfect movie.
Yeah, it's great. It is.
Yeah, it's a
masterpiece.
It's a tight ass film, and I mean, really, if you want to get, I tell people all the time, you want a lesson in script writing, not just movie making, script writing.
Yeah,
go watch Get Out.
Where you have little things in the beginning that come back later.
Yes.
All of it means something.
Yeah, it's a very, very tight film. So now, you know, what I want to do is, when watching this, I kind of want to treat this movie right here. I just want to treat it like this is Jordan Peele's first movie, man. You know, I don't want to have anything influencing my opinions on this. I might mention Us, you know, but Get Out, I'm leaving out the conversation for myself. Is this truly a nope, or is this a huge yeah? Well, for me, it's more of a okay. I see what you're saying, kinda. You know, I say that because when walking out this movie, man, and I'm not one of these people who wants to love this. All right, I don't want to hate it either. I want to go in and just take it as it is. I don't want to. So right now, I don't want you to think I'm saying this because I want to love this movie so bad that I cannot admit, you know, my true feelings if it's not this brilliant film that I want it to be. Because what I'm going to tell you right here, and I have my opinions of this movie has been changing right up to the last minute.
Is that right?
That I did the review. Like the month right before I pressed the button to start the show. I was just like, wow, I didn't think of it that way, or I had been making connections, you know, somehow all day long. But it's important for me to get this out first so that you know exactly where I'm coming from. There are amazing reviews, glowing reviews of this coming out. People who are loving this. Mine is not one of them at this moment. This is not me trying to bring Jordan Peele down. This is not me trying to be different. You know, this is not me telling people not to watch. You know, one of the things I noticed with a lot of reviews that we've done, people love to come in and still do this thing of y'all wrong about that, or you know they right about that. It's like there's no right or wrong here. You know, the people have their opinions of things, and that's the way it should be taken. My opinion of something is not yours. I hope that people see this. If the reviews are that, you know, that strong, I hope people see this and I hope they love it. And I'm just being honest. You know, hey, maybe I'm still missing some things. You know, and I might actually love this later, because I do think when you come out of this movie, it's one of those rare films that you cannot say immediately how you feel. I mean, you can, but tomorrow morning when you wake up, expect that to probably change. It might not, but you might wake up in the morning fresh and be like, God damn, I get it now. You know, that might be me tomorrow. What you gonna say something?
I mean, I'll let you.
No, please,
I'll
please.
let you finish. It's just okay. You sure about this?
Yes. Yeah. Because
okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't prepared for me and you to agree on this.
Oh, I mean, I knew you were doing it. I can tell when you playing.
But I honestly been like, all right, this is gonna be one of those nights. We're gonna be back and forth.
No.
So hearing you say this, I'm like, oh.
No,
well, God, now I got to throw out half of what I was gonna say.
For now, and believe me, I really am not. I'm not like these people go see Star Wars and they love it so much that if it's a bad Star Wars movie, they're like, I just don't know. Well, I don't want to say anything
that's
bad.
The thing, because I read a lot of those glowing reviews, and they all come back to, I could just see within them, it's like these are written by people who love Jordan Peele.
Yes.
Because they want to go through what he's done before and he's done it again, but without actually getting into the nitty-gritty of what makes this as good as what he's done before.
The way I'm looking at this is, it's a concept film. You know, you got things like concept albums where people listen to it like, this is ambitious. It's gonna take a little time for me to see how I feel about this, but and here's I can describe this in a perfect way, man. I think because it is a cool concept. It's very ambitious. It's very creative. But best way to describe this is like a recipe, man. And like I'm cooking this movie. So first of all, in this recipe, we take a very generous portion of Close Encounters and mix it up with a little bit of Jaws in there.
Okay.
Get a hefty dose of Jaws up in there. You're not done yet.
No.
Now go ahead and get yourself a cup of this movie right here.
It's like War of the Worlds. I believe it's going to pass. Here it comes.
People, that's M. Night Shyamalan's Sign. And then just go ahead and get yourself a teaspoon or a tablespoon of trimmers.
Okay.
Since we out hanging out in the dirt and everything and got jokes.
I feel like it was more of a cup or
Okay.
2 cups
you
of
know
trimmers.
what, Martin? Let's go ahead and throw 2 cups of trimmers up in there. Now, what you do is you mix it all together, pour in a pan, put it in the oven at half the temperature it's supposed to be baked at, and pull it out before it's done.
Half baked.
Pull it out half baked,
Yeah.
and have people being like, "What the f- is?" You know what? And you say, "Hey, just give it a chance." It's a different way of doing it.
Yeah, but you go like, but the chef made it though. Oh, well, you didn't say that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so good. I like the new thing he's doing where it's kind of tartare. Yeah.
This must be
no cooking stuff all the way is passé.
This must be French.
Yeah.
French salmonella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I feel like it was like a bunch of disparate ideas that never quite connected. So I had trouble connecting with it.
Yeah, and for all the things in here that I'm looking at, because there are some great things in this movie. As I said, Jordan Peele is a brilliant director. As far
Looks
as
good.
He's
Well shot.
He's a brilliant director, but like making something looking at us and not looking at this, making something cohesive. He's beginning to have like a lot of great ideas that I don't think strain together very well. But I'm beginning to find some that do. I still don't think the execution is very well, but some great ideas. Now, let me go ahead and talk about the great things here, because I don't want y'all to think I'm being sour on this. I'm not doing that at all. Keke Palmer is amazing. She is the movie. If you ask me right now, she should be nominated for Best Actress.
Really?
I liked her a lot, yes.
She got on my nerves. I was like, the whole time I was like, she's just being Chris Tucker this entire time.
I thought she had more charisma there. She wasn't like
even her speech pattern was exactly like Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
It's as if he said, I need you to be Chris Tucker. I don't really have a script, but just be Chris Tucker. She's like, I got it, man.
Yeah, no, I thought she was brilliant. I would nominate her for Best Actress. I thought she carried this movie, man. Now, I'd be mad if I was Daniel Kaluuya, because Daniel Kaluuya, in the movie, his whole thing to do is just look down and be like, he mumbling and he.
Oh my God.
Now, look, that's the character. I get it.
I get it too, but the two of them together, one is shuffling and mumbling, and the other one's, yeah, man, we can do this. What's wrong with you? And it's like, all right, I need to get y'all close to the same speed.
Yeah, that's what actors are supposed to do. Sometimes you're just in a role where you're supposed to just kind of, make the other person look cool, man. We're talking about like Ethan Hawke and Denzel Washington in Training Day. One guy's supposed to just make this other guy shine.
Sure.
And that's how it's supposed to be. But unlike you though, and that's cool because I can see, and again, it's that kind of movie too, where people come in with from different areas, man.
Yeah.
Now me, I thought that they worked great together. I did like their dynamic, their chemistry together.
We had skin in the game.
OJ is the one that stayed. He runs the ranch.
So the relationship, as close as it really is, you might not really be able to tell until shit really hits the fan.
Mara said that shit hit me hard.
Mara
said I am the fan. It hit me hard.
She did bring personality to the movie. I certainly would give her that.
I loved her, man.
She had no problem telling you.
Yeah. Well, that's her character. Her character is supposed to be this character that's just like, I want, my brother's here at the ranch. He's the one running things. I'm out there trying to get mine by being an actress and everything else that falls under that. Yeah. I really liked her in the movie, but I can understand people don't. I thought she was pretty brilliant.
I think most people will.
There's there's other fun characters in the movie, man. I thought that the Fry's employee, Brandon Pereira.
Yeah, Angel. He was great.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed him. He's a guy that just wants to come out and just be a part of something. Dude broke up with his girl. He ain't got shit to do. He ain't happy working at Fry's. He thinks that they're looking for UFOs, and he just stalks them to be out there, man.
Yeah.
He's actually very funny.
Yeah,
you know,
he is.
This is where it gets the vibe like Jaws and Tremors, because you know those movies have a lot. You'd be surprised how much funny, how funny and how much fun Jaws is outside of being this horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that town is full of crazy ass people.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that mayor wearing that crazy ass suit and
I know.
everything.
That leisure suit on the beach.
Yeah, and I don't need to tell you that Tremors is full of fun characters, man. Michael Wincott, who people remember as the villain from The Crow. I like this guy a lot. He's a character actor.
No, I hadn't seen. I just had been thinking about him. I hadn't seen him in years or decades. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I was happy to see him. In
Yes,
this.
I've seen him in a lot of things, but they've been small movies. So for him to come in here, but I tell you what, I liked him more as an actor than a character. I really didn't get his character too much. I think his character was not fully developed right here. Walking Dead, Stephen Yeun, I think this is his best role to date. Definitely very different for him. And he's a very charismatic guy too. Also a guy that holds a lot of secrets. Some of those things are actually pretty cool. Some of those things are a little too long for him being just a supporting character. They give him a lot of side story that I don't think that he needs, man.
That I don't think pays off that well for the excursion we take. Like when it was done, I was like, I don't even know that was necessary.
Yeah, and you know, listen, and needless to say, man, Jordan Peele is, as I said before, I'm gonna say this again. Jordan Peele, brilliant director, man, brilliant director. There's a subplot in here with a chimp that is very intense. Could have actually been his own horror movie in a way, but I thought that was done very well. And another thing he got going on in the movie, you know, it's just kind of becoming his trademark right now.
Spike Lee has the dolly shot.
Yeah, Spike Lee got the dolly shot, and Jordan Peele now, he's the guy that just takes pop songs and rap songs and just makes them scary. He did it with a pop song this time.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
People like shit. This is scary on his own. He didn't have to do none of that.
Yeah, put your glass back on.
Shit, this man is hiding about 10 bodies in his apartment right now.
For real.
Come on, Corey Hart, don't hurt us.
The hell you looking at? And the song is called Sunglasses at Night. It's about a dude who stalks people because he wears his sunglasses at nighttime, like a weirdo. It's already weird on his own, but he made it. He slowed it down. He made it scary. I wear my sunglasses at night. He ain't gonna be satisfied till we ain't gonna be able to listen to a song without being petrified.
You already can't watch the video.
Yeah,
My man,
can.
like, I'll see you wherever you go.
But he's already watching you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I forgot that video.
Yeah, man. He ain't gonna stop until we scared to listen to any song, cause he done slowed that shit down and made it sound like an old black man.
And it's the happy birthday.
Yeah. Went from a young white guy saying a pop song to I wears my sunglasses at night. So's I can.
So's I can.
Corey and Corey, somebody said. I don't know who's crazy. And like,
Shit, me either when you do it like that.
Both of y'all kind of out there. Yeah. But, yeah, man. So, you know, we're talking about what works. So, what didn't work in the movie? Because, you know, we're hinting at that very heavily. Before we talk about that, let's talk about something that does work that you might love. Honey.
I saw that
knew
one, yeah. Saw that one coming.
Oh my, you didn't know nothing.
Because you ain't got your sunglasses
You
on.
ain't got your sunglasses. That's why you knew. Yeah. So the deal with Honey, let me tell you what Honey is. So Honey is a free shopping tool. And it searches the internet to get your promo codes. You know, you've heard about those promo codes out there. You never really had one yourself because kind of hard to get, or at least hard to get the right one. Well, that's where Honey comes in. Honey comes in to get you a promo code on certain items and get you a nice discount, and it'll simply by itself apply the best one and put it in your cart. So if you're shopping on Amazon or somewhere like that, it'll pop up and say, hey, I got you a deal. Just throw me in that basket. I got you, man. Now, again, if you need an example of how it works. So let's just say that, imagine you're shopping at one of your favorite online sites and I don't know, you're shopping for camera equipment to capture alien footage and try to sell that shit, even though no one's gonna buy it. But as I said, when you go to the checkout, what's gonna happen is you're gonna go to checkout and then there's gonna be a little sidebar that comes out. And it's gonna tell you, first of all, it's gonna say, hey, look, I found you a good deal. Wanna pop me in there? Gonna save some money. You do that, but hey, let's just say that it did not find a deal. It might just tell you, like, hey, hold up. These people trying to pull one over on you. This is gonna be on sale tomorrow or the next day or a couple of days after that. I mean, if you don't need it right now, just cool out, just wait a minute. You know, and then we'll check back in a couple of days and you'll save a little bit of money right there.
It's looking out for you.
It is looking out for you. I've been buying a lot of things online and, you know, it saved me some money on, I got a weightlifting belt the other day because my trainer's beating the me. So, I mean, I mean, seriously, I had to get something. I'm about to blow my back out at this point.
Yeah.
So I bought one, saved me some money on it. And it could do the same for you. Listen, you don't spend any money on it. It's just running in the background and it's just looking out for you. It's something that you should probably just have anyway. I'm saying this not as someone who's doing a commercial. I'm saying this as someone who's telling you you got nothing to lose except the discounts and promo codes that you have right there. So since I'm doing you a favor, why don't you do us a favor?
The catch.
Yeah. You scratch my back and I'll scratch your back. And then scratch my back again. You can scratch my back right now by going over to joinhoney.com and getting honey for free. But hey, I'm not finished. Go to joinhoney.com/toasted. Hey people, I want to thank Honey. Again, the app, not the food. I want to thank Honey for sponsoring this portion of the video and for all of you for all of your support. Okay, so no, this is something that I'm gonna tell you some things that I think don't need to happen in this movie, but I'm still thinking about this film. And I might actually love this a year from now because they're just things that I did not see happening. But I will tell you some things that I don't think needed to be in this. First of all, number one, I don't think that this movie needs to be over 2 hours.
No, I mean, even though it's a prestige, it's a B monster movie.
Yeah,
and an hour and a half, that's where you top out with that. Yeah,
exactly.
Unless you got something really important to say.
Yeah, and there are things in the movie where they do certain things that could take back or cut back on the time. You know, I would say rewriting some things. They could have fixed the running time on this. I really don't think it needs. See, he's doing this thing right now where it's kind of a very contemplative movie. It's like M. Night Shyamalan with a better sense of humor. You know, you know how M. Night Shyamalan movies, they kind of move slow because they want to build reveals.
Yeah. They
want to build tension. Yeah, that's cool. It works a lot in this, but it doesn't need to be that long. Now, here's the thing with the film that it has got me, and thanks to my friend Jonathan, who's sitting back here next to Billy. There's a right there. You gonna do that again? Right there. Right there.
Do you want him to come and talk about it?
We went in a little bit. So in the film, there's this subplot that happens with a chimp.
I know earlier, but I was trying to keep it.
Because you know what? There's a chimpanzee in this alien movie right here.
I was just telling my daughter about this, and she was like, "Wait, I'm sorry. You didn't just say a chimp?" Yeah, I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
You mean like a chimpanzee? I was like, "Yeah, it's in the movie."
Chimp to the N to the Z
and she's
over
like,
here.
How? I was like, "I don't want to tell you. You just have to see it."
You just have to see it, but it's very intense, as I said. I think it's excellently directed. It's a little horror movie, man. It's very intense. Now I will say this: I did not understand what it had to do with the rest of the movie. I wish I could take credit for this, but my man Jonathan came in and he said, "I thought about this." He read this shit somewhere. Man, I was thinking. No. I'm sure he did. He's a very smart guy. He explained to me some things. He said, now it could actually mean this for this character at this time and why they're doing this later. And I said, you know what? that's something I didn't think of, and I see it, and it's actually very cool, and I think it works, except it goes on too long, I believe, for a character that is a supporting character.
Yeah.
It could have been cut back.
Because I probably had the same, I mean, we'll talk afterwards, but it was after the movie, thinking about it last night and this morning, I was like, oh, this is probably, why, because of that. But it's weighted the wrong way because so much attention goes to it for something that's actually very small when it comes to the payoff for it, if that's even what it is.
Yeah, it's something like I said, y'all. It deals with a supporting character.
Yeah.
Now we got these main characters to deal with, and this is something where I think Jordan Peele saw a chance to do. He said, "Damn, I can direct out this sequence," which he did. But for a supporting character, this could have been a quick flashback.
Yeah.
It could have been cut down. It did not need to be its own mini movie. At this point in time, when I'm thinking about this.
Yeah, I honestly felt like this could have and should have been a movie in itself somewhere else.
Because I spent
not here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I spent all night thinking about this damn dirty ape, trying to figure out what he had to do with the rest of this movie.
What was his
what the he had to do with this movie, and it made me mad because it's like, well, maybe I'm the dumb ape. Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know what's happening. Which kind of turns out it didn't. But after hearing that, I'm like, I still think that there's a flaw in it, but I appreciate it better. Now, who knows what I'll think about later with this? Also, I'm gonna tell you, the structure in this movie is a little bit off, I believe, because for some reason, and again, maybe it'll be revealed to me later, but for some reason, Jordan Peele wanted to split this up into chapters. And those didn't even feel like contained stories to be split up that way. So the structure's thrown off a little bit. We have chapters named after horses who ain't got shit to do with this movie.
Yeah, it's like one chapter's named after a horse, and that horse just runs away.
And that's it.
And it doesn't connect back. And the thing is, I was like, man, it seems like this is a theme that's been happening lately where directors will do this where you change scene or have a chapter, and they make the titles really, the text just huge.
Yeah.
Because what we just saw in The Gray Man, every time they would change locations, the name would be huge.
Yeah.
Istanbul or Romania, whatever. But then you're like, well, that didn't really matter.
Yeah. No, exactly. And really, I mean, like, if it doesn't, if this is not a chapter and it feels like a natural chapter from a book or something, you need to do that. Shit, they introduced, so they had a chapter named after Ghost the horse.
Yeah.
And that title card went up with his name on, and that horse got out of there. I was like, where the hell you going? They just called you, man. Where the hell you going?
Ghost, you're like, no.
It's like, ladies and gentlemen, Ghost. I was like, they just called your name. Get your ass back. Hey,
it's your cue.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm sorry, he's temperamental like
I'm
that.
stage shy. Nobody told me I would be carrying this movie. People talking about that this is more of a B movie. This is more of a blockbuster movie. This is more of a popcorn movie. It is. It definitely is more than its previous work. But it's still a message movie too, because that's what people are saying. Ain't no social message in this. Yeah, it is. And that I can tell you. So did you know what the message in this is? So I know this is when I was watching this. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. But I believe the message is spectacle. Do not start, people are so obsessed with looking at big things, putting their phones out, paying attention to things that happen over here, that it's a detriment to society. And I say that that message is there because I don't think that heavy message is needed there. Because I believe that this movie should have gone out to be more of an all-out blockbuster. Because right now this movie is kind of it seems like there's more of a priority on structuring some sort of allegory here, a metaphor, a message. And there's more priority on delivering that message than making sure that the story makes sense. Because I will tell you, the way that they discover the weakness of whatever it is that's out there, I'm not going to tell you, this movie has a twist. The more they talk about the weakness of this thing, this opposition, whatever, the less it makes sense to me.
I know.
It wasn't convincing how they got there. Didn't make sense to me once they did get there. What it felt like is that you needed to give, story-wise, you need to give the protagonist an edge over the opposition. And they thought of how. But they had no clever way to really present it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They did, it's kind of almost asked like, well, why is that? Well, just because, okay.
Yeah.
We're back to the same problem that M. Night Shyamalan had.
Yeah, you're so right about this being like an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan, in his movie, he talked about how aliens couldn't go near water on a planet that's mostly water. And also this part was like, they can't open doors. Well, why can't they open doors? Because their little alien hands can't. They can't, okay? It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's what it felt like here. Well, how come this dude, it just didn't make sense to me, man. I also thought that it needed a slight bump in emotion. And I'll tell you why. Because now the humor, that they got it down. It's hilarious. It's very funny what they're doing in here. It's very funny. The humor's there, but when a death happens here, it's handled in such a monotone way that I'm not asking for like dramatic. Like, wake up, daddy, and I'm not looking for that. Just maybe something a little more than
just maybe care.
Yeah. That's what it seemed. It seemed like there was no care there.
Yeah. Like everybody kind of moves through things. That was something that was bothering me, was everyone's reactions to stuff. I mean, not a lot of times it was their actions, but it was more their reactions. I was like, okay, did I just see what I thought I saw? Because nobody seems to be terribly concerned or super frightened or feel the need to call in other people.
If you're gonna take from Spielberg, you got to get what Spielberg had that made those movies what they are. Close Encounters. Richard Dreyfuss has genuine wonder, infatuation of what these things are. And Jaws, they are obsessed with hunting this fish. Here it seems like aliens, cool. Let's get some cameras. It wasn't like nobody seemed like there's aliens out there, man.
Yeah.
Nobody seemed to be having their minds blown. Because I know if I saw that, I'd be like, holy shit, there's aliens out there. I would be excited, crazy, happy, terrified. And they're just kind of like, hey, yo, man, we can get some money. And I was like, there's aliens out there.
Yeah, and even having a near-death experience, they shake it off like, all right, well.
Yeah,
let's try to film it.
The beginning of the movie, you saw in the trailer, Dad dies. It should be like, holy shit, that thing probably killed Dad. We got to do something. We got to get the hell out of here. At least maybe have some contradiction between M and OJ.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel like that was there, man. Again, I'm not harping on this movie to be different. I'm not harping on this movie because I think, everybody loves Jordan Peele. I ain't gonna kiss his ass. That's not it at all. I want to love this movie, man, and I'm still thinking about it. I really am. But I do think there's some big flaws in there. Hey, I tell you what, one of my biggest complaints about the movie doesn't even have to do with the movie. One of my biggest complaints with the movie is that we saw this on a shitty screen.
We sure did.
Like, can I ask you something? Listen, no disrespect. I have much gratitude for having these screenings available to us for free and whatnot. But can you stop doing shit at the Gateway? If you work at the Gateway, somebody, I'm sorry, but that's the Gateway.
Yeah, no, and they've been doing it a lot there. But every time I get the invite and it's at the Gateway, I'm like, oh shit.
And listen, I don't even live that far from the Gateway. I'm happy to have it right down the street, but there's the AMC that's so fresh and pristine and new. Go over there, don't you agree?
It's not that far down.
And it's not that far down.
Yeah, it's a waste to have IMAX and big sweeping vistas when you're doing this the whole time.
Yes, man. Listen, this movie, Jordan Peele, he's like Tom Cruise out there bragging about the IMAX cameras that he used to shoot this movie with.
Nope. Stands apart from my other films in that it's a bigger adventure than I've ever tried to tell.
People, if Tom Cruise had done this or anybody else, they would have put this over down south at the Arbor. I don't want to say nothing, but they're like, oh, this right here. Shit, black people show up anyway. It don't matter. We don't need to see it nice and pristine. This should have been shown
at the AMC.
At the AMC.
Yeah.
That screen is so bad. That screen, it has a reflection on it. Like you could see characters kind of ghosting upside down. It looked like somebody pissed on one corner of the screen and wiped their ass with the other.
They got duct tape on.
And they never turned the house lights all the way down.
And they never turned the house lights all the way down, and the audio sucks. Audio was terrible. No, they didn't even fill up. That's right.
They didn't even do the aspect.
Yeah. They had two big old black blocks on each side of the screen. I'm just like, wow. Listen, regardless of what I think about this movie, that's pretty goddamn disrespectful that this is a movie that prides itself on IMAX, and you're gonna show critics that on a shitty screen. When I say shitty, it looks like there's shit on the screen. I mean, I'll tell you right now, maybe that has something to do with my experience with this movie and my feelings about it. I doubt it had that much, but come on, y'all. Y'all can't do any better than that.
No, we can't.
It's disrespectful to me. It's disrespectful to him. But most of all, you should be ashamed of yourself how disrespectful you were to Mr. Jordan Peele over here. He worked hard, got all them big ass cameras.
And showed that what?
It showed that shit on somebody's bedspread or something. Somebody's sheets out there. Yeah, somebody's sheets on.
I'm sorry, y'all came. I didn't have a chance to watch them, but we can show it anyway.
Yeah. People, I tell you, this is a concept film. This is a concept film, as I said before, that is being released as a blockbuster, and I don't think it found its balance in that. But I very much admire the ambition behind it. I liked it in parts. I felt like I was watching Jordan Peele's notes more than I felt like I was watching a fully fleshed out script. And some of those notes are brilliant because some of those are written out more than others. So, it's not completely thought out, I don't think, and that's the biggest problem with this for me. Again, to be honest with you, I'm still out on this movie. And again, not because I'm forcing myself to love it or getting Jordan Peele, more credit because I think he's a genius and all that. I think, he like Martin said, he's fallible just like anybody else, But it's got some major flaws in it. But go ahead.
A lot of flaws. I feel like it had more flaws than it had things going for it. The movie has a lot of humor that I never really found that funny. There's a lot of jokes that maybe you might chuckle at, but the audience was laughing really hard. So that makes it even more like, it ain't that goddamn funny. What's going on? The audience was hyped up for it, and good for them. I mean, I can look around and go okay, well, it's a crowd-pleasing movie. I'm just not part of that crowd because I was like, they just aren't developing these characters. I don't get to know them and really know what's going on. Nobody gets a backstory. Like you, Corey, I kept thinking well, maybe there's more here, but then I thought, with Us, there was that feeling when it was done, there's probably a bigger message here that I'm just missing. And then once it really came out and thought about it, it's like, I got it. And with this, maybe in a year coming back, I'll turn around, but I feel like I won't.
Yeah, what do you give it?
Like I said, this is not a nope. But it's more of a nah. I would give it a rental.
Okay. I'm probably rewarding ambition here more than anything, and I did find it funnier than you did. So the humor worked for me here.
Okay.
The characters got me through this. I don't think that they were fully developed as far as again on the emotional side, but as far as the humor with them, definitely enjoyed how every character got along with each other. Like I said, it's just one character that I did not understand. I did not understand the motivation near the end. I don't know. I said, why the hell did you just do that? There was no reason for that at all. I was like, I don't understand this at all. But, for the bits and pieces that I did like it in and for the ambition that it had, and it worked for me a lot. Like I said, my biggest complaint is that I just wished it worked all together. Right now for me, I was at a low matinee early today, but I'm at a matinee with it right now. And he might go higher, might go lower. I'm probably still lingering around the area below matinee, but I'll go ahead and say matinee right now. Like I said, I am rewarding ambition more than anything right here. I really wish I could have loved it though. That's a disappointment in itself.
Yeah,
but hey, whatever. What are you gonna do?
It's funny they do so much product placement with Fry's, but Fry's went out of business as they were making this movie.
Everybody laughed. Everybody laughed their ass off, man. When they walked up to Fry's, everybody. When they went in the they outside, they stepped up to Fry's and everybody I don't know.
It's just I was like, okay, so did Fry's pour money into the movie, knowing they were going out of business?
That last ditch effort.
Yeah.
Save us.
Yeah.
Wait, it's not ready yet.
Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, the whole theater started laughing. They walked up at Fry's. They're like, what is that?
What the fuck is that? They go, after this, we're going to go to Borders. Yeah. Bookstore. What is that?
Damn, is Comp USA down the street? People, they put so much attention to Fry's. Ain't no more Fry's.
Once this movie comes out, you guys are going to blow up, man. Yeah, it's funny you say that.
You're supposed to come out a couple months ago.
Right? Boy, that's all we had. And they thought they being clever too. They walked up to a Fry's with a spaceship on it and everything. Oh shit. With Jumbo.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I was like, that whole big store, they got 2 employees in there.
Did you go to Fry's before they left?
You know what? Maybe that's why they shot in Fry's, because wasn't nobody there. They were out of business. Hey, y'all still got all that shit up in there?
Yeah, we laughing. But the last couple of times I went to Fry's before it disappeared like a mirage, it literally was, 4 employees and 1.5 people.
Yeah.
Shit, Fry's was probably out of business when they made this movie.
That's true. That's probably why they
But
were
all
allowed
the
to do
wires
that.
and everything was still on the shelves. They
Yeah.
were just like, hey, y'all ain't doing nothing with
Yeah,
this.
look, if we just pay you to move everything next week.
Yeah. Shit, just buy some hamburgers, man. It'll be fine. Shit.
They said move. Shit. We wasn't,
Yeah, half the crew done left anyway.
they were like, "Nah, we wasn't gonna move shit. We just gonna leave the shit here."
Tell you what, the janitor's not here. Can y'all help sweep up before you leave? Y'all can have all you want.
Yeah, you can use that
Shit,
van.
Here, take some of these HDMI cables.
For real.
You want a monitor? Ain't nobody use this.
VCR.
These computers don't work. They're just shells.